All right, guys. So today we're going to be going over settings, right? So we're going to be going over your shipping settings, your return settings, and then your tax settings. Okay, so this is essential in making sure that your account is properly set up. Because I tell you what, if your shipping settings or return settings are not set up properly, not only are you going to have issues scaling up your store, but you're also going to have issues with customer service as well too, because you're going to have customers that are not able to return items properly because your return settings are not set up properly. And in case of your shipping settings, it's dramatically going to impact your sales, because obviously, let's say your shipping your time frames are so far apart, nobody's going to order something from you and expect to get it 28 days 30 days later. So we need to make sure that your shipping settings and your return settings and your tax settings are set up properly. All right, so very straight to the point. This is a pretty new account that we have here. As you can see, we have 98 orders that needs to be shipped out. We've done $19,000 in sales in the past 30 days. We only have about 34 active listings. Okay, not too bad. Okay, so brand new account. We're just getting off the ground. As you have seen before, we have accounts that are doing 100, 200, 300, 400. We even have accounts doing $800,000 in a single month in 30 days, which is amazing. But anyways, you need to make sure that you also set up a new email as well too. I highly recommend that you set up a new Gmail account because your team, your VAs, when you outsource your business, are going to need to have access to that email account in order to handle the customer service properly. So you don't want to commingle your personal email where you're getting a lot of personal emails, information, and data, and give that to your team. So I would highly recommend that you set up a new email when it comes to setting up your Amazon account to receive those notifications from Amazon. All right, so let's dive in. Let's go directly to your shipping settings. All right, so I'm going to go all the way here to the top right hand side. Okay, so if I go to the top right hand side where it says settings, I'm gonna go all the way down to shipping settings. Okay, so when I get to shipping settings, there's two things that I need to check. First, I need to check the address to make sure that the address that I have on file, right, especially if you're outside of the United States, let's say for example you're in Canada or you're in another country, you need to make sure, and this is essential, you need to make sure that you have a US address set up as your shipping settings. So if you're outside of the country, you might want to get one of those US virtual addresses, because if not, you see where it says right here, default handling time, it's automatically gonna set it to 14 days or 28 days or whatever ridiculous number. All right, so you need to make sure that your shipping settings, your address is set up properly. All right, so we're gonna go dive into shipping templates. Okay, so if we go to shipping templates, you see where it says 3 to 5 days right here for standard shipping. Okay, so this is where you would see it says 14 to 28 days. So it would say 14 to 28 days. So on the previous screen, I actually told you guys the wrong information here. So on here, your default handling time, this is what Amazon results to, and we're going to talk about this a bit further, because when you're listing a product for sale, if you don't set up a handling time, Amazon's automatically going to default back to this number, which is essentially why we always want to make sure that we set up a default handling time when it comes to listing the products. But we'll go back over that later on. Okay, but as of right now, just focus on this settings, shipping settings, and it's going to bring you to this section. You need to make sure you go general shipping settings, make sure you have a US address on here, and then you're going to go back to shipping templates. You need to make sure that this says 3 to 5 days or 4 to 8 days. If it says, especially if you live outside of the country, if it says 14 to 28 days, that's because of the address you put on the previous screen. Okay, so how do we edit this? You need to go here, click edit template. So one of the things that I do within my business, we don't offer any of this expedited shipping stuff, right? So I usually just take that stuff off, because all it does is causes issues. Some people, sometimes you can make extra profits by allowing the expedited option. However, using the suppliers that we use we don't know if they're going to be able to provide the expedited shipping options all the time. So you have to be very careful about that, especially the one-day delivery. That's, it's possible, impossible in terms of what we're doing. Okay, drop shipping, right? 2-day delivery. So just make sure you uncheck these boxes. The 1 day and a 2-day delivery. The only thing you should have on here is a standard shipping, right? And then you should have the expedited. That's if you want to go that route. Okay, some people like it, some people really don't. So it depends on your shipping time frame of your suppliers. Okay, now in this section here, you want to make sure that says 3 to 5 days or 4 to 8 days. It really doesn't really make a difference that we've seen so far, but the lower your shipping time frames, the better it is, because if a customer is shopping on Amazon and they can see that you can ship a product to them in 3 to 5 days, they'll have a tracking number. Hey, they're more likely to buy from you than somebody who has a shipping time frame of 14 days, right? So that's that. Okay, 3 to 5 days, 4 to 8 days, doesn't really matter. Same thing as well here too. You can have 2 to 4. Now keep in mind, I said the lower the shipping time frame is, the easier it is for you to get the buy box and get more sales, but you have to be careful, right? So you want to make the sales, yes, but you also want to make sure that you're running your business properly, because if you pick 2 to 3 days and you can't provide a tracking number in 2 to 3 days, guess what? It's going to create an issue for you. All right. So that's that, guys. So once you select these options that I have here, make sure that your shipping fee is also 0. Okay, because we don't charge shipping. All of our listings we list them as free shipping because we build everything into the price. So if I know that I'm going to sell a product for $12 or my cost is $12, but my supplier charges $5, that's a total of $17 as far as cost. I'll make sure that I list the product for more than $17. So that's why I don't charge a shipping fee. It's better for us that way. Okay, so everything should be 0. Obviously, if you're providing expedited shipping, then you would factor in your cost or whatever that is right here. You can add that into it. All right. So once you've done all that, just scroll down and make sure you click save. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's all it is when it comes to setting up your shipping settings. All right. So I'll see you guys in the next video.